So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a Q&A with Amber to get into her head about this story, and then also if we have any questions from the audience, we'll take those as well. Yeah, we can see it.
Sorry, I feel like y'all can't see us.
Okay. All right. So, Amber. So from the beginning of the story, you described Amber with her locks, and we immediately understood that she was a Black woman.
Yes.
So historically, Black women have often been left out of mainstream feminist narratives. Why was it important that you center a Black woman as the protagonist in VITRO?
That was a great question. For me, I think it's really important because I feel like Black women aren't seen enough. I feel like our voices are silenced. When I'm writing, I always write with a Black woman in mind. That's the first thing my mind goes to. I just wanted to write the type of character that I had never seen, and I didn't immediately want to give, like I didn't want to just say, oh, she's Black. Like I wanted to kind of build her character and give you like clues, because I don't really like to just outright say like I'm kind of a slow burn writer and creative.
Yes.
I also think there's a thing with Black hair, like it's very policed and it's very like personally sometimes I even struggle with my hair because it's, you know, it's very big. You can't help but see it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. But I kind of wanted to, I feel like locks have such a stigma around them because the word dread in front of it is not really appropriate. There's nothing dreadful about locks to me. So I picked a deliberate hairstyle to kind of, I like to flip things like that on its head and make it something that's like stigmatized or made ugly, or I kind of like to flip it. That's just kind of my thing. I don't know if that answered the question.
No, it does. It does. Does anybody else have any questions about that? Okay. No, like that. I think that I didn't know who the character was, but immediately, like when you began to describe her, I thought that was really interesting how you described her, and I thought it was very intentional too.
Yes, that's also something to add to that. I'm very intentional about my characters. Like I research their names. I have a very specific like template in my mind. Like I want them to look like this. I always try and feature more brown skin or dark skin women in my work. I mean, I'm a brown skin girly myself, so it kind of makes sense for me too.
Well, that makes me think of the name Ember. It's such a pretty name. Where did you get that name from?
What was I gonna say? Google.
Oh.
I just started researching like unique names. I like to pick very unique names that kind of stand out but also mean something. Her name,
Ender, I'm
yes,
sorry.
That's okay. No, you're fine. But Ender means extremely rare, and she's a rare character to me because I feel like she's like a once in a lifetime type of character.
And I thought it was really interesting how you had this character and the setting was in a dystopia type of setting. Like, what made you choose that type of setting?
I love sci-fi. Ever since I was young, I've always liked sci-fi because I feel like I love horror as well because I feel like it, like there's social commentary in it. Like it's giving you the entertainment, but there's something to be learned from it. I feel like with horror, it deals with trauma because if you don't deal with it, something's gonna come out of it. Something's going to manifest. It's gonna grow your arms, your feet, your legs. So I think the same thing with sci-fi. It's there's something going on wrong. Like on the surface, it looks perfect.
Yes.
But it's not. There's something wrong. People are rebelling. People are not happy. Two of my favorite series are The Hunger Games and Divergent, and that's where I drew my inspiration from.
Wow, I can see that. Yes. All right, let's go on to the next question. So, Bell Hooks, a legendary, amazing author and educator, she's also a cultural critic. She once wrote that reclaiming your voice in your story is a form of liberation. Did you, writing in VITRO, feel like that this was a kind of reclaiming for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because like I said in my speech, I know people are like, I get asked a lot, like, when are you having kids? And I'm like, I want them, but like on my time. I'm very specific. When I have, my mom will know that I'm very stubborn. When I have something in my mind, I want to see it through. My vision is very strong. gonna see it through and I'm gonna go to the next thing. But I'm sorry, what was the question?
I was just wondering, like, if like the story.
Oh, yes, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
you
yes.
were claiming.
Yeah, so for me, the story was like born out of frustration. Like, I was so sick of people asking me when, and I'm like you obviously know. And I wanted to take back the feeling of like stuck. Like I had to pick one because I was like, oh, I really want to be a mom, but I also really want my education because for me, it's a way for my craft to evolve. And I feel like by going back to school and following my path, I can then in turn provide, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Like I could have a baby now, but I wouldn't feel satisfied with where I'm at because I see so much more for myself. I want more for myself.
Yeah.
And for me, like, you know, with school, like I feel like I'm really writing the stories that I want. I'm really telling the stories that I want, and I see so much in store for myself that I'm like, it would be a disservice to my craft and my calling.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It sounds like kind of like the character Ender. She is resisting. Why do you think that she's resisting when so many people are choosing just to comply?
That's a good question. Because she values like her happiness, and her happiness is not based on what other people expect of her. It's the things that are inside of her, and I think me and her are similar. Like our intuition is very on point. We're not going to stray from the intuition because it's always guided us. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yes. Okay, so who is this story for? Did you write this story like with an audience in mind? Is it for anyone in particular, or are you trying to like evoke something? Who is the story for?
That's a really good question. I feel like I don't have an answer. I need to take a minute to think about it. Honestly, it was selfish. It was for me. Okay. I needed a place to get it out. I needed a place to let it out because I was like livid, like burning. I was like, I have to do something with this. I can't walk around with this. This isn't good. It's not going to be good for my family. It's not going to be good for my husband, myself, my friends, my customers, you, anybody. So I was just like, I need to get this out. And it was like perfect timing that we had the workshop. My classmates back there, Julian Hagerway. It was like perfect timing. Like I do believe in like divine timing and like alignment.
Yes.
So I'm very big on, my mom is somebody who like instilled that in me, and I'm very much like, things are ordered. Your steps are ordered.
Yes. Okay. I think that is very fair. Do you feel that there's a certain response that you want your audience to give from reading this? And like, I want to like also break that question down. Is there a specific response you want from women, and is there one for men as well?
Honestly, I didn't think about that. Again, I just wrote the story because I was so mad, and I was like, I like to channel my emotions in my art. That is where I leave it, because sometimes I feel like when you're creative and like in your real life, you can't say the things you really want to say in your real life, so the art is a place for you to release it or purge it. So it was just really out of frustration and just like, honestly, I did not expect to write this story, like at all. I had no intention of writing it. It was like in my blind spot because I'm more poetry leaning. That's always been my thing. Like they'll tell you. Like I was just doing open mics and poems for years, and then something was calling me. I'll like overshare for a second. So we went on a family trip with my husband's oldest brother, Anthony. I'm trying to think about that, but we went on a ski trip with them, and I remember I was holding my nephew, and I was like I want one, but not right now. Right. And it was like the like duality, like the push and the pull, and like for a second, like I let other people's voices get in my head and start to sway my path, but then it was like, no, you can come back over here.
Right. Yes. Okay, so in your mind, and you may say you don't know, but in your mind, do you feel like this story, after writing it, do you feel that it is a warning? Do you you feel like it's a mirror of something, or both?
I don't know. I think it's just like, I just see a lot of myself in her. Like she feels torn and she wants to do the right thing.
Right.
And she wants to like honor those around her, but then she's like, I have a little bit of a rebellious streak, as my mom will tell you. Like, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Like, I'm not really sure.
Well, was there anything that you drew on for inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, kind of being torn between, because I like for a second I was like, oh well, I can like finish school later, or oh I can like have the baby now and like revisit. You know, I was kind of like in that like limbo. I just felt very torn, and I was like, but like you have so much more work to do. Like like when you're really called to do something. Like this has been my dream for a very long time. And I was like, I can't let go of it. I cannot. Like I've tried. I've tried to quit. I've tried, and I just can't. Because I'm not done yet. I don't feel done yet.
So Amber, is there like a way that we could know how this story ends, or do you know how this story ends?
No.
No. Okay.
I have started expanding it because I want to make it a full book. And I've started the rewrite, and it's very fascinating what's going on, because I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. But yeah, I don't know. I keep going back and forth in my mind, like how I want her story to end. I think based on how the short story is, I thought about ending it there, like the cliffhanger of like, okay, she's stuck in the facility. How's she gonna get out? Because everyone keeps asking me, like one of our coworkers, Daniel, he's always trolling me. He's like my little brother. Okay, he pesters me like every 5 minutes. I'm like, we're always fighting like Tom and Jerry. It's ridiculous. But he's always asking me, like, so he'll just come out of the blue randomly. Well, am I right about this theory? Am I right about this? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm still writing the story. Like, so it like I feel like creativity is like a stream of consciousness. You don't really have control. It just sort of, it has like a mind of its own. I'm not in control. I'm just lucky enough to be the vessel.
Yes. Okay, and I just have one last question before we move on to the audience. So I remember a few days ago we had someone come in the shop, a lady. She's a writer too, and she had made this comment. She said that history is not linear.
No.
That really stuck with me. And when I was reading your short story, it made me think of how this story reminds me so much of a time of enslaved women where they did not have authority over their bodies at all. There were literally, which many of us may not know, there were plantations that were strictly for breeding. And this reminds me of that a lot. So I just wonder if that was a thought in your writing process, or,
It was not, but I wanted to touch on like her being in control of her womb. That's why, I don't know who, like, if everyone's read the whole thing, because it's just 2 pages, but there's like, basically she's in this dystopian society, and all the women are forced to take pills to conceive, but she stops taking them because she's like, I don't want to do this, it doesn't feel good to my body. But that's like her little way of rebelling.
Yes.
But I just wanted to write about a woman challenging motherhood and like the preconceived notions we have about it, because motherhood looks very different. Everyone mothers differently.
Yes.
I know we have a lot of mothers in the building. And motherhood doesn't even mean like you yourself have kids. Like I think about like my nieces and nephews. I'm like, in some way they are I'm mothering them.
Yes,
I'm parenting them. Maybe not in the same way as their parents, but you can mother in different ways. You can mother someone's spirit. You can mother their emotional health. You can mother, be that soft place for them to land, you know? But the irony of that, this question is I'm reading a book that touches on that right now.
Wow.
It's called, it's called Zeal by Morgan Jerkins. I just ordered it like a couple days ago. I'm an avid reader if you didn't know. But basically it's like, it kind of crosses between like 1865 after enslaved Africans were free. After they lost the war, and then it touches on a descendant, and it kind of goes back and forth, but they're talking about like the brutality that Black women have endured at that time, and it is so like vivid and harsh. But I feel like in my work, whether it's my writing or my school, I try to pay homage to my ancestors because that's very important to me. I feel like I wouldn't be standing here without them.
Right.
So I'm very intentional about paying homage to Black women because Black women came before me, allowed me to stand here.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, can we please give it up for Amber? That was amazing. So at this time, we are going to take questions, comments from the audience.
Don't be shy.
And I